All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. It's either or Thursday. You got to make tough choices in Raiderland. Sometimes life is, you know, not always gray. Sometimes it's black and white, and we give you the tough choices on the either or questions. Cowboys, Chiefs. We're going to look at that. Elf, Christmas Vacation. We got all that going on. Texas High School Championship games taking place at Jerry World. West Texas doing pretty good so far, including a Texas Tech commitment. So all of that plus whatever else you want to get into tonight, that's what we're going to be doing. What do you do? It's pretty simple. In fact, it's really easy. The first thing you do is let us know that the audio is good, the video is good. How do you do that? Give us hearts, thumbs up, whatever it is. Let us know in the talking box. Hey, it's all good. And then, like there's another thing you got to do. And then you share it. You put it out there. You invite people in. Now, if you were going to be joining us tonight on Twitter, on YouTube, use the United Supermarkets text line. 806-772-0197. Earlier today at United, at Market Street, buying certain things. What were those things? Well, in West Texas, that would be hamburger meat. That would be some Rotel, some ranch style beans, Hatch green chilies. Do you see where I'm going? Some cornbread. Mm-hmm. You see where I'm going with this? A little bit of taco soup happening right now in the kitchen. My wife, I think, is already getting down on some right now, and I'll have it after the show is over. You could get that at Market Street tonight. Let's get it going in three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. That's where you start your day. You start the day with the hot links, all the cool stuff we found. We put it there. You can add your own in the comments, really cool stories, links, and everything else from around the internet. We give you your questions of the day. Like today, you already know what the either or questions are. What are the either or questions? Either or, you got to choose. What's more likely to happen first? Either the Dallas Cowboys play in a Super Bowl or the Kansas City Chiefs win another Super Bowl. Or the better Christmas movie, either Elf or Christmas Vacation. We're battling those two off tonight, and it will lead us into great discussions, topics, and otherwise. We also have the Texas High School playoffs going on. Benjamin's already won earlier today. Albany defeats Mart. And you see Hill, the running back there for Albany, go off for a couple more touchdowns. He's like got 50 something in his career coming into Texas Tech. The kid can play. I'm glad Texas Tech is giving small town kids like that a chance. That is literally the smallest classification and the smallest division in 11-man football in Texas. There you go, Joey McGuire. That's how you rock the Texas high school football thing. So let's get it going tonight on that and anything else. We also have Texas Tech and Cal playing a bowl game. A bowl game coming up late Saturday. Way too late. What is it, like 8:15 on the start? Jeez. Okay, whatever. Why? Don't know. Doesn't really matter. But you got Texas Tech and Cal. Which team do you think is more motivated to play? That's how this game comes down to it for me. Cal doesn't have a whole lot of opt-outs. Texas Tech transfers out, portal out, but Taj Brooks is in. So you can take like 6 guys and say, go ahead and go. It doesn't matter. If you've got one Taj Brooks, that's like a force multiplier. So they're going to overinflate the people leaving, I think. And Texas Tech is a 3-point favorite. And they're going to overinflate the impact on Tech with people leaving and not really account for the fact that the best player on the team is staying. Hi there, Randy. Christmas Vacation is the best. I still laugh hard during the sledding scene. That's right. A little Teflon surface on that. It's going to be good. Right into a Walmart. Early days of Walmart, too. Well, not really. Late 80s, Walmart was kind of everywhere. Hi there, Harry. Hi there, Randy. Not in the country, though. I mean, around the country. We knew it out here. Benjamin was where Don Haskins, the Bear, started his coaching career. Legendary college basketball coach. So we got that going on tonight. Whatever else you got. Would I lay 3 points and put down $25 on Texas Tech Saturday night? No. because for the most part with these bowl games, it's just such a crapshoot anymore. You just don't know which team is motivated to play. Now, the best thing you've got going for Tech over the last 2 years with two different coaching staffs, really, Sonny Cumbie and the leftovers there against Mississippi State, and then Joe McGuire's first test against Ole Miss last year, Tech showed up and looked motivated. No matter who was there, no matter who was in the portal, in and out, they looked motivated. I can't count on that, though, every year, and I just don't know. Now, Cal, you would think would be motivated. They barely got to a bowl game, sort of like Texas Tech. They beat UCLA. They had a quarterback change late in the year. So that's going to be interesting with the Mendoza kid at quarterback. He comes in against Stanford, gets them going, beats the hell out of UCLA. So maybe they're motivated on that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they call it Hamburger Helper. It does just fine on its own. Still think the Chiefs will win another Super Bowl before the Cowboys even get to another one again. See, when I put this question out there this morning, I told people on the site, theraiderland.com, where you can pay attention or not pay attention. I said, read the question carefully. What happens first? What is more likely to happen first? The Cowboys go to a Super Bowl or the Chiefs win another one? What would that imply? Teresa, or it could be Teresa. OU's lost their entire offensive line plus OC to the portal. Welcome to the SEC, indeed. Either Timo, not to mention their quarterback as well. Yeah. Hey, last one leaving Norman. Turn out the lights and somebody remind everybody that Barry Switzer used to coach here in Norman. Welcome to the world of average. 8 and 9 wins. Hi there, Oklahoma. I got nothing against Oklahoma. Truly, I don't. I really don't. Got nothing against OU. Do not. You know? But they overplayed their hand. They could have hung around the Big 12, the current configuration going forward, and done quite nicely. Thank you. Teresa hates everything associated with the Cowboys, period. Well, that changes that. Oklahoma going to turn into Nebraska in the SEC. They won't be that bad. Oklahoma still has the adjacent recruiting area of Texas, and that's why they won't be as bad as Nebraska. Nebraska had no natural recruiting area. When they gave up the Big 8 slowly into the Big 12, with the Big 12, they still had the Big 8 footprint and Texas, and they'd always recruited Texas well. When they gave all that up and went to the Big 10, nothing. No natural recruiting area. There are like 8 guys a year who come out of high schools in Nebraska that can play. They gave all that up. They didn't understand. No, they knew. They understood, but they ignored it and what was going to happen to it. Welcome to the new world of professional college football. No, welcome to the new world of being honest about college football being professional. Two totally different things. It's always been professional. Elf versus Christmas Vacation, the better Christmas movie. Notice I said, see, words mean things. In the inimitable style of Rush Limbaugh, words mean things. I said, which is the better Christmas movie? Elf, 20 years old. Christmas Vacation, 1989. That's funny. I don't care. Christmas Vacation over Elf. Well, Alan thinks that Elf is anti-cop. If you consider the martialized forces, really militarized forces of the Central Park Rangers, cops, and I do not. I think that's the militarization of the police force. I disagree with Alan's premise on why he hates Elf. I truly do. Going with Vacation still. Shitter's full, Clark. Yeah. Which one's the better Christmas movie, though? By the way, Christmas Vacation, they never make it to Christmas Day. You ever notice that? They have the Advent calendar and everything and all this kind of, yeah. They never make it to December 25th. It ends on Christmas Eve. Fried cat's good. I like it with a little bit of spicy Whataburger ketchup. Tasty. And part of the problem, though, is the hair. The hair is problematic. And that's why I recommend an air fryer on the fried cat. That eliminates some of the hair problem. But yeah. Central Park Rangers had to quell an insurrection happening at Simon and Garfunkel concert. It was not an insurrection, man. Let's hear it tonight for all the guys selling loose joints. They're donating half their proceeds to the city tonight. There you go. Simon and Garfunkel, one of the greatest live albums of all time, one of the greatest shows of all time. Live Central Park, Simon and Garfunkel, 1981, I believe. I don't know. We're laughing out loud. Then there's A Christmas Story and Ralphie. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Elf. And we're talking about Christmas Vacation. You know? Storm in the park. They weren't storming the park. They were passing out in the park. They were passing something. If you have the CD for that show, there is a song that is not on there that was on the original video recording, which, by the way, was produced by the same people who did Saturday Night Live. What was it? Broadway Productions? Broadway something. So, anyways, the same people who used to do Saturday Night Live back in the 80s did that. If you are a huge Simon and Garfunkel fan, this is like way in the weeds. There's a song Paul Simon does as a solo that doesn't make it onto the CD and everything else they released later on. Yeah, my birthday is tomorrow, says Jared. And after 38 years, finally, for birthday, 30, my family has stopped trying to combo birthday and Christmas gifts. God, hey, you think you got it bad. I had a friend, we grew up across the street from each other, and happy birthday, Lori, coming up. So it was like Christmas Eve, birthday, and Christmas. And that sucked. You know, we do like a birthday in the summer or something. You try to do something. It just stunk. At the United Supermarkets text line, where I was earlier today buying all the things for Tonko soup and cat food because you think cats are intelligent creatures. They'd fend for themselves, make a sandwich. Apparently not. You got to buy them food every few weeks. Vacation, says the texter on the United Supermarkets text line. It holds up well. Which one is the better Christmas movie? Daughter's the 23rd, yeah. Birthday is in April. The right amount of yeah, that's a good call there. Yeah, your parents did, or you did good. You know, I don't want to be born yet. Elf gets my vote because there's less I have to explain to my 310-year-old kids. And here's Jared for having 3 kids under 10. All right, let's just do that right now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Christmas Vacation. I can see where there's some stuff you might have to explain. Although, here in about a year or two, Jared, they're going to be explaining crap to you, and that's where it's going to get really awkward. The better Christmas movie is Elf. The better movie is Vacation. Christmas Vacation is the better movie, I think. But the better Christmas movie is still Elf. It embodies all the cool Christmas stuff. It does. It's hard to explain, Cousin Eddie. You obviously don't have my family. What makes a Christmas movie, says the texter on the text line for the United Supermarkets text line. It has to embody some of the Christmas ideals, in my opinion. The Christmas ideals of Happy Santa Claus, giving, of sharing, of taking, of stealing. Basically everything that Elf is about. Of being abandoned as a child, being raised by miniature people, little people. A snowman who's Leon Redbone. I mean, it's all those things. Now, Vacation, Christmas Vacation was a great movie that used Christmas as a prop, much like they used all the other settings as a prop. It was great. It was a series of vignettes, funny vignettes. But Elf is still about Christmas. Everyone has a Cousin Eddie. Mine's in sister form. I want to hear more about that. Teresa Rose Fulton Henderson. That's beautiful. Who would have thought Lou Grant would make a good Santa Claus? I don't know, but Lou Grant makes a hell of a Santa Claus. And you just stole, by the way, or illuminated or revealed one thing we're going to do. I don't think we're going to do it tomorrow. It'll be next week. We're going to power rank the great Santa Clauses all the time, movies and otherwise. We're going to power rank Santa Clauses. I mean, everything from Santa Claus is Coming to Town to Elf, Santa Claus there, Miracle on 34th Street. We're going to power rank the Santa Clauses. Some are good, some are bad. By the way, I make a hell of a good Santa Claus, in case anybody's wondering. Would have to go with Elf as a better Christmas movie and Christmas Vacation better movie, as you stated earlier. See, Joe is an erudite man from the wilds of Alabama. In the words of Keith Jackson, "Oh, Nelly, Alabama, look at the Crimson Tide coming out there on the field." So Tech 3-point favorites over Cal. No way I'd bet that either way. Anyway, watch the game. Stay away from that. Stay away from most of the bowl games. Santa Claus behind you has to be number one. Happy Santa Claus, which is made up of little plastic flakes that are melted together. This is peak 1977 right here, at least 1977. I got that from my grandparents that they had that when I was a little kid, or at least shorter. And I've got two versions of it, and I always put one up behind me, and I love Happy Santa. It's got all the colors there on the mittens, and it's kind of faded out there on the rosy pink cheeks and the nose, mouth, and everything. But these are little pieces of plastic melted together is what that is. Buddy the Elf had a pure and innocent heart. I don't know that he did. I really don't know. You know? Do we know? Maybe he did. Does GAC know their advent calendar way off? Great American GAC? Great American? I don't know. Help me out there, Texter, on that one. Transfer portal has tanked my pick'ems for bowl games. Going to have to pick based on mascot now. Nothing wrong with that. The portal. Okay, here's the deal, Jared. Look at the portal, but look at starters. If they're not starters, then ignore the portal and the bowl game impact. When you see this team has so many people out on the portal and this team, no, look for starters. Look for people who aren't playing on that front. Okay? Not for backups, not for has-beens and never were's. So with the bowl games, don't worry about the portal from the standpoint of, they got 10 in. Okay, well, do they have 3 starters or no starters? Like Tech's defense, not hit by the portal. Clay is watching. Fancy is watching. Cousin Eddie, in female form, wears pajamas to her parents' funeral. No teeth. Need I say more, Cousin Eddie? We've entered a realm here with Teresa where I feel like we all need to come together and support her in Raiderland and say, thank you for opening up. We're here to help. What part of East Texas, obviously, do you live in? I'm assuming like Marshall would be my first guess. We need some help right there. Any Tech transfers commit besides Shuck? I hadn't seen anything. And quite frankly, when they hit the portal, I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's just I'm like, I don't care. It does not impact my bottom line. I truly wish him well. I do. I truly, truly wish him well. And by that I mean, good luck. Yeah, I know we are kind. Sherman, Texas would be my guess. A Red River Redneck. Now we have to go north of that. Get into some Sasquatch areas, some squatchy areas back up on the red. But I'm thinking more like Marshall, Lindell, in that area. That's what I'd be thinking. A few more minutes left with you tonight. We can talk about the bowl game if you want to. We can talk about recruiting. We can talk about the Texas high school football championships going on. You saw the Hill kid And I don't know how many people are watching right now. Saw Albany beat Mart again, and you saw the Hill kid, number 5, if you were watching, is the Texas Tech commit. Can he play? Do you think he can play? What do you think is going to happen? Jelly of the month. It's hey Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Curly Bill, well, bye. No, I'm not totally that way. I can't get quality Christmas crap like Happy Santa today. No, you cannot. Cannot find that anywhere. So I don't know how many of you guys were watching Albany today. I have no problem with Joey McGuire issuing 2 or 3 scholarships every year to kids in West Texas just like that. And if they make it, they make it great. If they don't, that's okay. I'd give a kid at Shallow-Water a scholarship. I'd give a kid at Lubbock Cooper a scholarship. If they make it, great. And here's where we get into the whole NIL and the transfer pool and everything else and the transfers that the judge just said, yeah, you know what, NCAA, you really can't stop them. It's unlimited transfers. Unless you want to, unionize the players, pay them as employees, and have contracts like the NFL. But meanwhile, let's go back to the Hill kid at Albany. Even more today, it doesn't cost you anything as a coach to extend that scholarship, particularly when you're handing out 85 to 100. The Groover player in the portal, yeah, go get the kid. Because 2 things are at play here. If it doesn't work out, he can leave and go somewhere if he wants to play, or he can stay at Tech and be this has been known to happen. People have been known to come to Texas Tech and Lubbock and enjoy it and just want to be a student and go to school. I thought he was getting a scholarship. Maybe he's a PWO. I thought he was going to get a scholarship. Last I heard, he was going to get a scholarship. Maybe you're right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. Because 2 things are at play now. If it didn't work out, he can leave. And if it doesn't work out, the coach can come pat you on the back and say, son, it's just not going to happen here. You're tough. You're good. You tried hard, but you're just not going to be able to play at this level. Welcome to the pool. Good luck to you if you want to keep playing or become a Fidel. Either way, Hill knows how to win. Yeah, he does. 2 state championships. Hell of a run. I mean, between Albany and Mart, Division II, 2A. And that was a fascinating game because Mart, you can tell Mart is explosive, very explosive. And they kind of staggered them a little bit early. There were a couple of interceptions there in the first half. And I think that first one that Mart threw maybe staggered them just a little bit. But you could tell that they were explosive. And then when they couldn't be explosive, when the size and a little bit of the depth of Albany kicked in, good Lord, Albany's a big old bunch of boys. When they controlled that line of scrimmage, when they took away some of the things that Mart finds it easy to do, you could tell that Mart again was going, crap. You can't beat them. Yeah, they lacked the trenches. And that was the thing on both sides of the ball that I can't, I mean, that's the classification my son has played in the last 2 years. And watching those teams and watching the typical 2A teams at that level, good Lord, men against boys. Hi there, Brian. Glad you're watching. Jared, also don't disrespect the fact that Albany isn't that far from Eastland. I'm sure Morton and Hill maybe cross paths at least once. Doubtful. I don't think so. Now, they might know each other from, just being pretty good high school players and everything, but Morton's at this point significantly older than Hill is. It's easy to forget that. So, yeah, there's not really that much connection to it. Not trying to destroy your entire thesis, but it's flawed premise. Yeah. The power of Fandangle. Oh yeah, the deal they do in Albany, Fandangle, which is sort of like a miniature version of if you've seen the musical Texas at Canyon and Palo Duro Canyon, they kind of do a thing like that in Shackelford County there every year. And there's dancing and singing and barbecue and cattle. How do you do on that? Pretty good? Yeah, okay, not bad. It's pretty famous actually. I think it actually predates. I think it predates the musical Texas. I could be wrong. I don't know. I try to know my Texas history. So the bottom line, I want to go back to the Hill deal. The Hill kid from Albany. This is another great thing about the transfer portal and about unlimited transfers, that it allows coaches to take a chance on a kid like this. And if it works out either way, great. If it doesn't, you can get out from under the mistake. 10, 20, 30 years ago, maybe you wanted to be the head coach at Texas Tech and you wanted to take a kid from Idalou. You wanted to take a kid from Ropes. You wanted to take a kid from Shallowater or Albany. But you couldn't because you were stuck with them. And that's why I've told you that there are a lot of older coaches that have told me over the last couple of years that if they'd had the ability of the transfers, that it would have been great because you get rid of your mistakes and the kids can get rid of their mistakes. A lot of people keep looking at this transfer thing the wrong way, and that's just normal. Jared, my parents live at the lake at Cisco. They go through Albany now. Get to Abilene, I-20 east of Abilene, death trap. Absolutely. We literally came back. I think I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. My son was touring Tarleton State, and we went down on 20 and coming back, we said, screw it, went up to, Throckmorton, and then came back Albany, Anson, and through there and hit Snyder on the way across. And it was much more pleasant. It was about 20 minutes longer. Yeah, I-20 death trap, 100%. Went out of our way. It was the best decision we made all day. Sure, that's a great example of a good thing about the portal, but I respectfully disagree. I think it's causing more harm than good. No, well, what? How? Who's it hurting? Who's it hurting? Who is it hurting? It's not hurting the schools. It's not hurting the players. Is it hurting you, the fan? Well, we don't want the fan to hurt. We don't want you to experience any pain. It's not hurting you. It's not hurting anybody. It's like saying people shouldn't be able to change jobs, and that's all college football is, and basketball, and baseball, and all the sports. It's a job now at the big time level. That Texas Tech plays at big time level, big boy sports. It's a job now, no more, no less. Has been for a long time. Now we're finally getting to talk about it. So who's it harming? And I respect you greatly, Teresa. Who is it harming? The fans root for Laundry. Thank you very much. It's like saying the Dallas Cowboys should only be made up of people who are from Dallas and who are Cowboys. Otherwise, I'm not going to root for them. You mentioned baseball. Is it time to talk Tech baseball? No, not until late January. Then we'll know who came back after semester and everything else. Don't you think it takes away from the loyalty and tradition? No, ma'am, I do not. The loyalty and tradition is up to you. The players, every player who's come to Texas Tech, for the most part, over the years, 20, 30, 40, why they came here is the best deal they could get. They had no love for Texas Tech. A lot of them didn't know Texas Tech from anything else. It was the best deal they got. It was the best shot they had. That's all. And some of them liked it. Some of them didn't. Some of them care. Some of them don't. The loyalty and the tradition is up to you. You can make that yourself. As a fan, you can have all the loyalty and tradition you want. But the players that you employ, no. Business versus emotional connection. Absolutely. And Teresa has been that way a long time. Think about it. There are a lot of players that showed up at Texas Tech that had never heard of Texas Tech. Why? Best deal that they could get. Corky Oglesby, recruiting basketball players of New York City in the early 70s, coming to the Southwest Conference. As the Southwest Conference begins to open up and finally allow black student athletes to play basketball. Do you think they grew up loving Texas Tech, wanting to be a Red Raider? Bullshit. But did they have scholarship? Yeah. Yeah. Business transaction. It always has been for the most part. And I know, again, that for a lot of fans, this is becoming hard because now you're seeing how the sausage is made. And I always say most people wouldn't eat the sausage if they knew how the sausage was made. That's okay. I get it. How do you think Tech will do in the bowl? What's your opinion? Don't know. Tech's a 3-point favorite. Taj Brooks is back, your best player. Wouldn't bet a dime on it. Last 2 years, Texas Tech has shown up under 2 different coaching staffs. The more engaged, the more motivated team. Will they be that way against Cal? Recent history says, yeah, they'll play well. Beyond that, I have no idea. Is Baron Morton's arm really that much better? Is he healthy? Can he really throw it 30 yards downfield farther than me? I mean, at the end of the year, I could throw 2 passes as far as he could. The third time I'd throw, my arm would fall off. I grew up being groomed to go to A&M. My wife, my senior year, high school, she's going to Tech. I now am going to Tech. Fell in love with Tech once I got there. It's been 20 plus years. There you go. It's definitely true, says Teresa. Too much knowledge of sausage makes making ruined sausage for some. Yeah. But here's the deal. You guys can be fans all you want. None of this takes away, none of this, the transfer portal, NIL, any of it. Nothing stops you from being a fan of your school and the people who run out of the tunnel wearing your team's jersey on that given day. Nothing stops you from enjoying that. Not a thing. Whether they like it or not. You didn't know whether they liked it or not before now. Right now on a sausage wrap. That does sound kind of good. Nothing stops you from enjoying it. In fact, the last 3 years, as we come out of COVID, college football, particularly college sports, enjoying a renaissance all at a time when people are saying this is the death knell for college sports because of transfers and everything else. As Alan Corbin said earlier, you root for laundry. That's fine, root for laundry. But know you root for laundry. And once you know that, then it's okay to root for laundry. You go, that's what I do. None of it stops you tailgating and going out and have a good time at tailgate. None of it stops you from having a watch party Saturday night. That if Taj Brooks wasn't playing, well, none of it wouldn't stop you. You can enjoy it as much as you want to. And maybe this is one of the things that'll happen for some fans is this will wake them up and go, it's up to you to create your own weather. In the words of Jimmy Buffett, take the weather with you. The portal is only for the rich schools to gain from. No, it's not. Texas Tech is gaining from the portal and has gained for several years. You're wrong, Barbara. No, it's not for the rich schools to gain from. Unless you're willing to concede that Texas Tech is a rich school, which we can make that case now, but I would say Texas Tech is in the top third. But no, Texas Tech has benefited more from the portal than it has gotten hurt. So yeah, the portal, the rich schools, you're buying into a trope. You're buying into a trope there, Barbara. Don't do it. You're smarter than that. I'm here to help you. All right, we gotta get on with living and stuff. We got stuff to watch, things to do. The best players go where they can make the best. What? The best what, Barbara? Transfer portal is the new shiny thing. Give it 5 years. I see see less athletes transferring, better decision being made. Yeah, it'll moderate out to an extent. There will come a time here in the next 5 to 7 years where athletes will be unionized, and it'll be like the NFL, and you'll have to sign a contract. You got to stay somewhere, you know. Second string 4-star recruit at UT and A&M will leave for PT. I hope they do. That's what happened in the early 70s when they put in scholarship limits, and you saw those players go to places like Texas. Will leave for the most money. I hope they do. God, I hope they do, Barbara. That's why Taj Brooks is still at Texas Tech. He had a million reasons to come back to Texas Tech. Top third of the Big 12, but not countrywide. Then the bottom third only. How long to moderate out? Don't know exactly how to answer that question. So I'm just going to pass until tomorrow. We're going to say, hey, that was fun. We got to end the broadcast tonight. First off, with the people on Twitter X and on YouTube, it says end the stream. By God, we're going to end it. And then it says end the stream. Really? Not yet, or end stream? Yeah, end stream. And after we do that, it asks